What's up YouTube? This is Reese here from C Manga and welcome to my review of Kenichi chapter 527, Steps of the Weapon Team. So yeah, this was a pretty interesting setup, to what seems to be, it seems like it's going to be a really good arc. I know it's kind of like foreshadowing who knows what, but Kenichi has never really kind of disappointed me. So yeah, a bit of filler to begin with. Obviously Kenichi is back to his training mode. He kind of looked kind of gimpish, I ain't even gonna lie at this point. Obviously he's like Akisame basically wrapped him up in chains with all them Buddha statues tied to him, obviously to increase his strength. But the angle that was showed up first, all you see is like the collar around his neck, the chain around his neck with the padlock, and that kind of looked a bit gimpish. I have to say, Rimi is one freaky ass girl. Obviously Akisame's gone there to obviously check up on her, give her treatment and everything. She's there dressed as a nurse. I'm not saying it's a bad thing because, nurse costume, nice, but still. Shit's crazy, It's like, oh yeah, I thought older guys like this, There's like Ryoto standing right behind her kind of thing. It's like, I thought you were supposed to be in love with him and then you're kind of like flirting with other guys. That's kind of like a bit of a freaky thing. So yeah, other than that, weapon group is gathering and yeah, they look really crazy, First thing they're doing is obviously like going to a big lock where all the rest of the army members are kind of locked up. That's where they go obviously after they've been defeated. So yeah, the whole place is kind of massive, crazy, and then you got this one big guy who's probably like is the master of one of the weapon groups. He's just there ready to break into the place, and it's like, damn, this is some crazy ass Metal Gear shit. You got cameras everywhere, lasers, and it's like all he does, pick up some snowballs, throw the snowballs to obviously get the lasers' attentions, and then he's using that as a diversion to weave in and out of minefields and using the exploded snowballs as mist to kind of help him get through. Seriously, Solid Snake ain't got nothing on this guy. It's crazy. But yeah, like I said, I'm looking forward to this arc. It's quite interesting. New characters introduced. They look pretty cool. This master guy, he looks friggin' nuts. He kind of looks a bit like a weird. He doesn't really. His character design isn't all that, but his abilities is just, yeah, that looks really good. Then you got his like kind of two disciples, guy and a girl. The guy at first, I thought he kind of looks like a bit like Tanimono, Hermit, a little bit, I think it's just the hairstyle and the shape of the face. But yeah, these two, they look quite interesting. I'm wondering kind of like whether they're gonna be like another Ryoto and Rimi type thing, whether they're like the top disciples of the weapon crew. I'm not too sure, but all I know is that Shigeru is going to get a lot of limelight in this coming up arc. It's pretty apparent, obviously, because one, weapon crew, and Kenichi needs to learn how to fight weapons more. And then second is that when they were talking about the group. Oh god, what they're called? Oh crap, I can't remember what they're called, and that's really frustrating me. But yeah, spoke about the group, and then Shigeru is basically just completely distracted, like she's thinking, oh god, I'm wondering whether like she kind of knows them already, or has some sort of history, or whether they're the ones who she's hunting after, something like that. So yeah, like I said, the two weapon disciples, they look pretty cool. Seem quite well trained. It's like when they was there standing in front of Big Lock, there was no fear whatsoever. They're just like, oh yeah, just some big ass building. Considering how it's supposed to be the prison to hold all Yami members and everything. Like superpower kind of people. You think like, okay, there'd be a bit of fear kind of into them, like, oh god, that's where everyone ends up. But no, they seem all cool. Just like, okay, it's nothing. So anyway, that's one thing I do want to actually talk about. It's the actual Big Lock itself. It kind of doesn't really seem that intimidating now I think about it. It's like when they were inside talking to the whole Yami members who were locked up, it just seemed like they were just chilling. You'd think big prison like that, they'll kind of have them all chained up kind of thing, or like in water tanks, just some crazy ass shit, basically holding them down so they can't go anywhere. But no, they're just like chilling like it's just a normal prison, like it's like minimum security prison. Just like, yeah, I'm chilling in my cell, I'm on my little bed, nothing, And it's like, it's made quite apparent, obviously, like when the whole conversation with them's going on, it's just like, oh yeah, you guys can break out anytime, so why don't you? And it's like, oh yeah, it's out of respect as martial artists, because obviously they lost their battle and they promised that they go to prison. So it's just like, what the hell? Why is that prison so damn weak? It's like, just because it's got some thick, big walls, that don't mean nothing, especially compared to like the Masters, because like, think about it, guns, nothing to them, big walls, nothing to them. It's like, come on, one guy was there dodging freaking lasers and mines like they're nothing. So yeah, I think they kind of really do need to rethink the whole lockup scheme. So yeah, that there is pretty much everything. You know, little decent build up. Happy that Sugar is going to get some focus coming up, and she's coming up with like a brand new training scheme. So I'm quite anxious. I'm actually wondering to see what the heck that's going to be like. You know, whether it's going to be Kenichi learning how to kind of disarm people, or whether he's actually going to learn how to use weapons. Because obviously he himself is not really going to be is not really kind of like a weapons type of guy. Obviously weapons are made for killing, and he doesn't really want to kill. He wants to protect. So yeah, I'm interested to see what the whole training scheme has in store. So with that, rating wise in this chapter, I'm gonna go over like a nice decent 8 out of 10. Decent chapter, nice build up, and I'm looking forward to seeing what's gonna come next. So yeah, guys, I'm giving chapter 527 an 8 out of 10, but what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Also enjoy the video as usual, give it a thumbs up, really does help the series, and don't forget to check out the channel for more content. So I'll see you soon.